What's up, folks, and welcome back to the Historical Footnote, your new show where we dig up the most unhinged moments from time to time. And history, of course. Today, we're cracking open a cold one, a very, very cheap one, and diving headfirst into the legendary, the infamous, the downright certifiably insane 10-cent beer night. So check this out. It's June 4th, 1974. The Cleveland Indians are playing the Texas Rangers. Now, these two teams already had some beef. Just a week earlier, they'd had a bench-clearing brawl in Texas. So tensions were already simmering like a forgotten stadium hot dog. The Indians' front office, in a stroke of what can only be described as questionable genius, decides to lure in the fans with a promotion for the ages, 10-cent beers. That's right, for the price of a gumball, you could get a cup of Stroh's. What could possibly go wrong? The gates opened and in poured over 25,000 fans, double the usual attendance. And they were thirsty. The promotion had a 6-ear per person limit per purchase, so you could just get back in line. And boy, did they. An estimated 60,000 cups of beer were sold that night. Do the math. Or don't. It's probably messy. The game starts and things get weird, fast. We're talking a woman running onto the on-deck circle to flash the umpire. A naked man streaking across the outfield and sliding into second base. A father and son duo who decided the outfield was the perfect place to moon the entire stadium. The air, thick with the smell of cheap beer and cheaper decisions, also started filling with smoke from firecrackers being set off in the stands. Rangers first baseman Mike Hargrove later said he was pelted with hot dogs. Hot dogs, the disrespect. By the middle innings, the game itself was secondary to the escalating carnival of chaos in the stands. The players were on edge, the umpires were on edge, the very fabric of baseball decorum was unraveling, thread by cheap beer-soaked thread. Then, all hell breaks loose, bottom of the ninth, the Indians have miraculously tied the game at 5-5. The crowd is electric, a powder keg of cheap booze and Cleveland sports angst. And then, it happens. A 19-year-old fan runs onto the field and tries to snatch Texas outfielder Jeff Burroughs' hat. Burroughs, not exactly thrilled with this souvenir attempt, trips and falls. His teammates, thinking he's been attacked, pour out of the dugout, bats in hand, ready to defend their guy. And that, my friends, was the spark. Hundreds, then thousands, of fans surged onto the field. It was a full-blown riot. We're talking fans armed with chains, pieces of stadium seats, and a terrifying amount of liquid courage. The Cleveland players, in a bizarre twist, had to grab bats to protect the opposing team from their own fans. Umpire Nestor Chilak, a man who had seen it all, called it he'd had enough. He declared the game a forfeit. Texas wins. The aftermath was a scene of pure bedlam. The lights in the stadium were turned off to try and disperse the crowd, which only made things spookier. The Texas Rangers were basically held hostage in their clubhouse for their own safety before being given a police escort away from the stadium. 9 people were arrested, the field was a wreck, and the bases? Stolen. Literally. Never to be seen again. The next day, the headlines were a thing of beauty. A night of shame, one screamed. Another, more simply, beer, brawls, and a forfeit. So, here's sobering thought. 10-cent beer night has gone down in history as one of the most monumentally bad ideas in sports promotion. It's a hilarious, cautionary tale of what happens when you mix a heated rivalry with an ocean of dirt-cheap alcohol. It was a night that perfectly captured the wild, untamed spirit of the 70s. A night where the fans became the main event and the game of baseball just surrendered. So next time you're at a ball game and you complain about the price of a beer, just remember this story. It could be worse. It could be 10 cents. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen at a sporting event? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this trip down memory lane, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more at the Historical Footnote, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment of sports insanity.